In today's video, we're going to share with you the one thing that is killing your chipping. Plus, we're going to show you how to get rid of those horrible yips around the green.
Yeah, nobody likes those. Hello everybody, welcome to Meandmygolf. We're your coaches Andy and Pierce. Now, if you are new to the channel and you want to improve your game, you're at the right place. So make sure you subscribe and hit the bell so you get notified when we release a video.
So what is this one thing? Well, we've all hit a bad shot and we've been told we decelerated. We need to accelerate. Now, this over acceleration is killing your chipping. So let's watch Andy hit one. Now, Andy.
That was nice.
What do commentators, what do your playing partners mean when decelerating?
Well, they say, I think this is the easy thing to say. When we hit a bad shot, let's give you an example of this. Hit a bad shot, we hit the ground. Oh, I decelerated on that one. Decelled, the ball doesn't go anywhere. But the issue is, yes, the club was decelerating because it actually hit the earth and it's definitely going to crash and sort of decel when we do that. But we didn't actually decelerate. So what a lot of people then start doing is they go, right, okay, what I need to do is accelerate. So they hit a bad shot, they hit the ground, I need to accelerate. So then they start going, okay, let's accelerate. Oh, it's gone too far. That was actually lucky because it wasn't a bad strike. Yeah. But then they compound the problem. So what we see a lot of golfers doing is, from a short chip shot here, there's a lot of short swings and over accelerations, which actually makes things worse. And I think one of the big things that we always talk about, Pierce, is that long game and short game, you have to treat them very, very different. We have to switch from power which is long game, to finesse. This is finesse, this is touch, isn't it?
So let's talk about finesse as a definition. It's impressive, delicacy, and skill. Now,
that last one wasn't impressive.
None of those three were applied to that last shot. So let's just watch Andy hit a few more. You'll talk through these about how this needs to feel and look when you're hitting these chip shots.
So as we mentioned, I've got like a 15 to 20 yard chip here. Let me just play a couple of shots. I want you to notice this and let us know in the comments what you notice about this action compared to that first one. That was really nice there. I mean, what do you notice here,
I see the right foot planted on the ground. I see almost a rhythmical motion to the golf swing to his arms and his club. I see a brushing action of the grass. He's not taking divots there.
Ooh,
and I see a consistency in the height and the trajectory, and obviously the roll when it hits the ground. And this is something we don't see when we're over accelerating.
So for me here, what I'm doing is I'm actually not trying to accelerate. I'm really allowing the motion of the backswing to produce the speed. And if we can do that, it's very different. If we can do that, it's going to be so much easier. You can see those three shots there, all relatively close to the flag. I'll do one more. It's going to be so much easier to judge the distance and the pace because we're in finesse. We've got that delicacy and touch. Now, what we've got today
is a secret weapon. It's a secret weapon.
It is a secret weapon. It's a great training aid. Now, this is a G-force wedge. I'll come close and just show you this. But the theme of this, or the main function of this, you can see it's very flexible. And how this is going to help you, and certainly show the concept of what we're trying to achieve here, if I was to accelerate and hit a shot, I'll demonstrate in a minute, what we're going to notice now is how out of control the shaft is. Let me try and play a shot here with an over acceleration. Okay.
Out of control.
Now, out of control, top the golf ball, gone nowhere. You can see how flexible and how much that shaft's moving around. Now, for me to actually keep the shaft stable, guess what's got to happen? I've got to keep everything working together, and I've got to not over accelerate. So I've got to really allow the motion and the momentum of the club to produce the speed. Now, as I'm doing this, it's almost like, Pierce, it's more of a gliding motion as opposed to this sort of sharp stab and acceleration. Let me hit a shot
here. We can see everything, you say gliding motion, everything's kind of moving and working together. And look, a lot of you will be looking at this going, what are you on about? I need to accelerate my chip shots, because that's what you've always been told and that's what you always feel that you need to do. Just give this a go. It might be a little bit sort of contradictory to what you've always known, but just really give this a go.
And I'd say this takes me to the other end of the spectrum. This slows me down a little more, which is great because now I'm sort of feeling that delicacy, Pierce. I'm feeling that sort of touch and finesse. That was nice.
Yeah, very good.
Could be in. It really emphasizes the motion that I need to do. And if I'm hitting shots here and I'm still accelerating the handle, then I'm just going to see this jump all over the place. And there's no chance I'm hitting a good shot with this club doing that.
So I'm going to share with you one thing that I've had the chipping yips. I've had some real bad chip shots and some bad experiences. And the one thing that really helped me was allowing my grip pressure to be super, super soft. Now, you can't accelerate fast and over accelerate with a really soft grip pressure. So it forced me straight away to work at the tempo of my action back and through.
Definitely, and good job you mentioned that, Pierce, because as I'm going sort of with this wedge here, my grip is softer and softer to facilitate that.
Yeah.
Okay, let me do one more. So I'm now taking that same feeling, again, that sort of glide, there's no tension in the hands, wrists are very passive, I'm allowing the club and the motion. And you can see there, look at those shots, that one could be in. But again, really nice grouping around the hole there. It's so much easier if we don't accelerate.
Right, okay, I'll tell you what we need to do. I think there's some real good information there that you need to take note of, but I think we should have a competition.
Let's have a competition.
Nearest the pin with the G-force whippy wedge.
Okay.
Shall I go first or are you going to go first?
Whichever.
Let me go first.
Okay.
I'll go first.
Now, don't decelerate on this one. I want you to accelerate really hard.
I'm going to make sure it's in a good lie. No decelerate.
On a tee.
Yeah, I want a tee.
There's a bit of grass on the face there, Pierce. Are you okay with that?
It'll come off in a bit. It'll come off in a bit. It is amazing. This is actually, I had a go with this last year for the first time. I was really impressed actually what it does.
Well,
okay.
I think
there's
a bit of space. Actually, there's some room to hole it there.
Oh, I hit that too hard. Spin. That was nice. A beautiful field to
lovely
strike, but it was definitely overhit.
It was a lovely shot, Pierce.
Right. So you can see which one it is. That one about 6 inches just past the hole.
Yeah, you wish. Okay.
Okay, so it's probably gone about 6 feet past that one.
Spin.
Oh!
Whoa! You just got to understand the tactics and use a bit of the balls around there. The great thing about that, it was actually gripping because it was so pure. It was right at the middle of the face. It was loaded with spin. It was going to be closer anyway.
Unbelievable, unbelievable. So look, this is all part of our complete chipping coaching plan. So don't continue to struggle with your chipping. Click the link down below and we'll see you there.